Hey guys, my name is Caitlin and welcome back to my channel. Sorry for not uploading a video last week. My life was just really hectic last week. I went back to working 2 jobs as well as doing taekwondo in the evenings, and then I just didn't plan my life very well. So we didn't have a video to go up on Monday, but we're back now. And I am back with the part 2 of my Enemies to Lovers RECS. You guys loved the first video that I did and I was more than keen to do a second part of this. So here are 5 more Enemies to Lovers books that hopefully you haven't read yet. First up on this list, we have a pretty new release, which is Hostile Takeover by Lucy Lennox. Back in college, Ellison was given a dare that whoever was the next employee to walk through the doors of their country club was his target to take into the back room, have his way with, and bring back a souvenir. Who else walks in except for Gray Blackwood, who is the guy that Ellison has had a little bit of a subtle crush on for a while, but things get out of hand and go very wrong. Fast forward to present day, Gray Blackwood has clawed his way to the top of the Wall Street food chain and he is dismantling the companies of every frat boy who ever did him wrong. When he gets to Ellison's family business and starts making demands, Ellison doesn't see Gray as his enemy, but rather the man that he's wanted a second chance with since college. I really loved this book. I gave it a 5-star rating, and it also has a few other tropes as well that I absolutely loved, including fake relationships, second chance romance, which I actually did enjoy in this book, and it's also a bit of a slow burn. The second book on this list is Clashing Hearts by Nikki James. This is the first book, I think, in a 4-book series. I haven't actually read the 4th one yet because I didn't really care about the characters. Lachlan has been sent to Jasper, a small country town, by his father in order to purchase some land in order to build a luxury ski resort. The only problem is that Jasper already has a ski resort and the man who owns the land is not looking to sell. On his first night in Jasper, Lachlan is enjoying dinner in the lodge when he spies this absolutely gorgeous man and decides then and there he needs to get this man in his bed. The two of them share an insanely passionate kiss, but Easton is looking for something serious and doesn't want any more casual hookups, and so he leaves Lachlan trying to catch his breath. When Lachlan arrives at the site that his father wants him to purchase, no one is more surprised than him that the man he's supposed to seal the deal with is the same gorgeous man who walked out on him the night before. This book also features an opposites attract trope, and it is very low angst. Book 3 on this list is Not So Sincerely Yours by A.M. Johnson. This is book 2 in the For Him series. Anders and Ethan got off to a pretty rocky start, which is kind of what happens when you walk in on someone you barely know having sex with their boyfriend in your ensuite just to top off an already shitty day. Next thing you know, Ethan is back in town, he needs a job, and Anders decides to give him a shot at being the receptionist at his publishing firm since he needs a replacement ASAP. Through flirty and sassy emails, the two of them start to understand each other past the assumptions that they'd already made, and their relationship dynamic starts to shift from colleagues who aren't so fond of each other to something that little bit more. As you can tell from the blurb, this is definitely a colleagues office romance type novel, but I just wanted to point out I wouldn't recommend delving straight into this book as a standalone. It is book 2 in a series, and while each book does follow a different couple, both Anders and Ethan are introduced in book 1, and so you'll be missing a bit of their backstory and just kind of other important information if you skip book 1. Just a note though, book 1 is equally as good, so no losses there. Book 4 on this list is one that I'm so excited for because I've been craving a reread of it for such a long time, and that is called The Coroner by Avril Ashton. Daniel Nieto has been underground for a long time, but the only thing guaranteed to bring him back to the surface is finding the identity of his wife's killer. When he hears whispers of a name, he puts everything on the line in order to get vengeance on one man, Stavros Konstantinou. Daniel has plans. Dark plans. Plans that involve so many methods of torture and deprivation, you'd have a list a mile long. But somewhere between the blood and the pain, hatred and grief collide with lust and obsession, and Stavros and Daniel somehow find themselves on the same side of a war against this insane attraction that neither of them could have predicted. This book also features awakened sexuality, a good character arc, forbidden relationships, trauma, and it is definitely a mafia romance. There are also a fair few trigger warnings for this book, so there's gunplay, blood play, breath play, there are scenes with non-consent or kind of dubious consent, and there's also water sports. This book is not what you expect, but let me just tell you from personal experiences, you're going to be thinking about it for a long time. Book 5 and the final book in this video is Sweetest by Balin Crow, and this is book 2 in the Guys Next Door series. For this one, you do not have to read book 1 before you can delve into it. You can read either book as a standalone, but I really enjoy book 1, so I would recommend you pick that one up too. Kellen and Arson have a little bit of a problem. From the second that they met, they've both loathed each other and been drawn to each other equally, and it's driving them nuts. Arson just so happens to be the stepbrother of Kellen's best friend, so when there's a little bit of a mishap on their trip to the lake house, Arson and Kellen find themselves sharing a room. As they're forced to spend time together, Kellen comes to the realization that there is more to Arson than just his asshole exterior, and it has him questioning everything he thought he knew about love. This book also features the best friend's brother trope, as I mentioned, and also forced proximity. Alrighty, those are all of the books that I wanted to talk to you guys today. Please let me know down below if you've read any of them or if you're planning on adding any to your TBR. I would love to know. But thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed and hit that subscribe button down below if you'd like to see similar content. Like I said in the beginning, my name is Caitlin and I will see you guys next week with another video. Bye.